Howdy! Welcome to video 3 of week 3. This is the last video on action 1, which is obviously meditation. And I want to be clear that even though we're wrapping up officially this action, with every action, we are not going to just hit and go and never talk about it again. We are going to revisit anything we need to revisit and continue to build on each action, not just do one and stop doing it. No, these are to incorporate and then move on and incorporate another action. We're going to just gently incorporate these supportive actions and continue to do them in our lives. So that's kind of the purpose of this, is to infuse our lives with these supportive practices and to make them a part of our day. So that said, here's what happened for me this week. Generally, brutal honesty, it was extremely challenging, if not impossible, most days to find time to do twice a day sitting meditation. If it's different for you, amazing. Kudos. For me, even with help here, it's been really challenging. So I did two videos previous to this one, and I wasn't able to upload them. My internet hasn't been working right. And as always, right, I'm so grateful. It's perfect because something occurred to me that I really wanted to add and to be part of that I think is so important. So I'm so glad to actually just be doing another video. The other two videos were focusing on what I want to focus on today too, which are some things that I'm doing in my life, some supportive actions that even though it's difficult to find time for just a sacred silent space for sitting meditation, that these supportive actions are really assisting me to live more presently, with more care and just more mindfully. So I want to share those with you. And then I want to share something at the end that I think is so important and will probably make you feel really good about where you are if you're also having a challenging time. So it's helping me a lot too. So first of all, just some of the things I'm doing, just very simple things, but they might be supportive for you as well. First of all, I ordered a bulletin board and put it up in my kitchen in a place where I always look every morning. And it has reminders of kind of my intentions. So I know this is kind of a basic thing, but I'm finding myself really going back to those things that are really supportive and maybe more obvious things. So I have a bulletin board in my kitchen. And first of all, I wrote the intention, and the intention says, with care and presence. I want to be choosing my actions and being in my day with care and presence. So I love that. So that's just a little reminder there. I also have on that bulletin board reminders for me of things that are supportive that I really want to be practicing during my day, such as being in bed by 9:30, not being on any screens after 7 p.m. And then I have a little, I guess it's kind of a schedule. It's more of a checklist, I guess. It has the days of the week on the top, and then on the side, it has things that I'm incorporating into my life. So it has exercise, it has juicing, for instance, and it has meditation on there. So I can just do a little check. I find those things fun and kind of reinforcing and really supportive. So that's one thing I did. A couple things in one thing. Another thing that I've been doing, and this visual just kind of came to me one time when I was sitting with Vivi, and I call it the cat claw meditation. So what it is just during my day, often it happens when I'm sitting like breastfeeding Vivi, or just having kind of a moment where I'm just watching her rather than really engaging. But I notice my mind, I notice what's going on in it, what it's doing, if it's planning or singing or, whatever it's doing. I notice that, and I picture this little cat claw, and the claws are my investment in the moment. that's not very clear. The claws are where I'm getting stuck in my head. So I can be kind of obsessing about something. I can be overanalyzing something. I can just be in my head thinking about something or repeatedly singing something, just not being present. And so when I notice that, when I just sit, I try to just kind of do this noticing, right? More and more often as I know, as I'm aware to do it. And when I notice that I'm having cat claws in thinking about whatever's going on, I just picture the claws retracting and allowing the moment, allowing my awareness of the moment passing through to just be there, to just experience what's there in the moment. Even just saying it, it's like, right? So relaxing. And because the moment is always just happening. Time is always just flowing. The moment is always only what's there flowing through, right? But if we're in our head, we're missing it. We are paying attention up here instead of being aware of what's going on. So I'm finding that visual just of the little cat claw retracting being so powerful for me. It's almost like a physical sensation of like letting go and then feeling flow again. So that's been really helpful. The third thing that I want to mention is something that's really obvious and is kind of part of the second one. But that's just when I'm breastfeeding Vivi or when I'm sitting, again, when I just have a moment, I'm breathing. I'm just breathing into my body, feeling the energy in my body, feeling my lungs, feeling how the material of my clothing feels on my skin, feeling the air on my skin, feeling, am I feeling cool? Am I feeling warm? Is there anything going on in my body? Just a body awareness. And we'll do more of this in a later action too, but really it's just about breathing into the body and noticing the energy flow in the body. And if that's something that's really new for you, this will totally change your life, and we'll do a lot more on this later. But if you can just start by feeling your hands, just placing your attention in your hands, and you should eventually, it may take some time, start to feel like a little bit of buzzing feeling. Sometimes I like to do it in my feet more. And that's the energy of being alive. That's you. That's life in there. So paying attention to that really brings me back into the moment, because your body is such an amazing supportive tool, because your body is only in the moment. It's only our minds that are ever not here enjoying our babies and watching them say words for the first time and have little looks on their faces that they're so delightful. And I love being present for that. I love noticing that. So this, is really, really helpful to just be with your body, notice the sensations in your body, and come back to your breath. The fourth thing is probably my favorite one, and this may also seem really obvious, but I notice when I look in Vivi's little eyes that sometimes I'll kind of come to and notice that I wasn't really there. I wasn't really looking at her, that I was thinking about something else, or I was kind of half noticing her. And I'll almost always like go grab her again if she's walked away and really look at her and be so present with her. I love the exchange of looking into the mirror of love that is who she is, that's what we see in each other's eyes, right? That we're just love expressing in different apertures, as Alan Watts kind of puts it. Just love being expressed in different form. So I love that feeling for myself, and I love that she's getting that from me, that she's getting that I'm present, I'm with her, and there's almost always this like little recognition, like this little joke, like I see you, like I see myself, and like, it's this cosmic like isn't this fun? We're playing in different forms and enjoying it so much. We're enjoying the play that is life. So that's my favorite thing, is just to be present, checking in with her in her little eyes and looking in that mirror. So those are 4 things that I find really supportive and meditative. Here is the kicker that I realized that I didn't have in my other videos that I'm so grateful to be able to share with you. So I was thinking of those things as supportive practices, kind of in lieu of or in addition to being able to sit in a sitting meditation, which, like I said, I found really powerful, and I still find really powerful, and I really love doing that still. It's a different experience. But I really was thinking of these things kind of, well, until we can get the time to do sitting meditation, we can do these other supportive kind of mindful practices, right? And then this hit me, okay? What if it's not in lieu of? What if it's not just supportive? What if it's not just until, we can find that time? What if it's that as moms, because our time and our attention is so focused and consumed by raising these little beings, which it needs to be, we also need, time for ourselves to check in also. And, rejuvenate in different ways. I'm definitely not saying that. But what if, because our attention is really needed otherwise, then from doing this, okay, I'm over talking this part of it. I want to get to the point. So I wish I edited, but do I have time to edit? No. So the point is that what if instead of it being an instead or an until, this is the point? What if, as new moms, we are actually just going straight into the heart of living intuitively and meditatively? What if we are forced to do that because we don't have the luxury a lot of times of time to practice it? We are required to. We are pulled up, required to live it with our children, not to get away from the children to practice something to have for ourselves, but to live these practices, to live meditatively. That's the stronger way to say it, to live a meditation, for our lives to be a meditation. What if being a mom requires that? And I think it does. I think if you have the awareness that being present is how you want to live, because it's such a freaking blast, because I believe that's why we're here, is to experience being alive. If you have that awareness, what if, as being a mom, you're being required to do that? I think we are. I think I'm called to live meditatively for my daughter, because if I had a bunch of time to practice it away from her, still beneficial, still want to do that, but this is really waking me up to, this is requiring me to live it, and yay for that. Yay for living this with our children. All right, I hope this wasn't too long and too repetitive and too much, but I just got so excited and enervated by that idea that this isn't a, second-rate thing. This is freaking where it's at. This is the heart of our lives. This is it now. So let's live it. I love you guys, and I will see you in action 2 on the next video. Thanks so much for tuning in, sticking with this, sticking with yourself and with me and these videos, and I'll see you soon.